Many Black leaders in St. Louis say minorities are coming up short in getting the COVID vaccines, despite the recent push to get them their shot. Fox 2's Elliot Davis talked with those who are concerned and others who say we're at least headed in the right direction. That is tonight's You Paid For It.
African Americans were contracting serious cases of COVID and dying at a rate of 3 to 1 in some St. Louis areas. Black leaders say that fact seems to have gotten lost in the rollout of the vaccine. Here's Pagedale Mayor Ernest Shields from one of the North County communities.
I feel it rather slow. It's not getting to the people who need it. We have been and continue to be affected by this virus and hospitalization and death. And by virtue of that, we need to have more vaccine to come in to help fight against that situation.
Here's a startling fact to bolster that point. The vaccination rate for St. Louis County and surrounding counties is 23%. The vaccination rate for North County, with a high percentage of minorities, is 5%.
Well, how they set it up, a lot of people that so-called should be getting it, it's not getting the shots.
Affinia Healthcare has been doing the lion's share of the vaccinations in the minority communities in North St. Louis, North County, and some areas of South St. Louis. They're getting more doses now than before, but admit they're playing catch-up. I talked to Affinia's Senior Vice President, Dr. Kendra Holmes.
Do you think the state gave enough focus to minority areas in the very beginning in the whole rollout of this vaccine?
I think a better job could have been done. These are the individuals who are at the highest risk for developing complications and dying from COVID-19. We all are aware of that. So I think a lot of effort should have been really focused on those communities.
Right now, Affinia is doing about 200 vaccines a day. They'll hold vaccine events every weekend in April where they'll deliver 600 shots each session. A lot of ground to make up. They didn't get their first shipment of vaccine until mid-January when they got 900 doses. They had to wait 2 weeks until the next shipment. At that time, the City of St. Louis Health Department had no vaccines in early January. St. Louis County Health Department had only 975 doses.
Have we improved the vaccines in the minority community?
So I think that we have shown some improvement. We still have a long ways to go. In certain areas, 5%, specifically in North County, only about 5% of the African American community have been vaccinated.
Dr. Holmes says some of the problems getting vaccines to more minorities include lack of access to technology to get the shots scheduled. Many can't get to testing sites, and some have a distrust of the medical system. A lot to overcome.
We're seeing similar issues with the vaccine. So we are seeing in the county and the city some mass vaccination events that are occurring. We hope that those will ramp up, but we need more.
Dr. Holmes says initially she would have given governments a D in their rollout of the vaccine to minority communities. She now raises that to a C, but cautions there's still a long way to go. Of course, I'll stay on top of this deal. After all, you paid for it.